Nestled in the very heart of Alaska's sweeping interior sits a town born of gold dust and dreams. Fairbanks, Alaska was founded at the turn of the century by an Ohio merchant hoping to cash in on gold fever. In 1902, a prospector struck gold just 16 miles north of the present downtown area and started a stampede. Hordes of miners hoping to find fortune packed steamships of the day and set out for Fairbanks. Boats were perfect for this part of the world, which didn't yet have commercial air or train travel. When Charlie Binkley came over the Chilkoot Pass to the Yukon, he started a boating business that has lasted generations. As long as stern-wheelers have churned the interior of Alaska, there's been a Binkley behind the wheel. Back in the early days during the gold rush, there were about 250 stern-wheelers operating up and down the Yukon River and its tributaries. Now, 3 riverboat discovery vessels navigate these waters during the beautiful Alaskan summer. From May through September, the Binkley family invites Alaska's newest explorers to experience Alaska's past, churning down the Chena River on a round trip full of history. The great stern-wheelers of interior Alaska were made for shallow but swift water. The bottoms are flat, and the paddle wheels are above the bottom of the boat, which keeps them from getting caught in shallow areas. There are only about 3 feet of the boat in the water, with about 40 feet above the water. On the ever-changing channels of the Chena and Tanana rivers, captains learn early to read patterns on the surface of the river to find their way. It's a constant challenge, but worth it, as there are only a few captains in the world who get the chance to navigate these historic and powerful vessels. Along with riverboats, small airplanes helped open up the rural areas of Alaska by providing an easy way to bring people and supplies into and out of a wilderness where there are no roads. Visitors on the riverboat Discovery hear first-hand accounts about the lifestyle of a bush pilot. They learned the art of landing and takeoff in challenging areas on land and on water. Today, small airplanes are still key to the survival of remote locations. Traditionally, village life included travel by dog team, and they were instrumental during the gold rush to move supplies and people during the winter months when rivers were frozen over. For years, riverboat Discovery passengers heard about dog mushing from Susan Butcher, a 4-time champion of the Iditarod Trail sled dog race. Susan has passed on, but a riverside kennel is still operating. Susan's husband, Dave Monson, is a champion dog sledder in his own right, having been a champion of the Yukon Quest. Visitors get the real story about kennel life and the challenges that go into making a sled dog team. Today, instead of hauling supplies, most sled dogs in Alaska are used for racing, and they love it. Traveling downriver offers a unique perspective on how Alaskans work and live. All manner of dwellings have been raised along the riverbanks. All of these homes must withstand winter temperatures down to 50 below zero and summers in the 90s. Keen observers might spot some wildlife like moose, eagle, or even one of the 10 owl species found in the state. Another amazing sight greets visitors further down the river, where the clear waters of the Chena mix with the silty glacier-fed Tanana River, producing a cloud-like image in the water. Locals call this the wedding of the rivers. It's a hypnotic effect, and one visitors are sure to remember. Fish wheels are a piece of history still alive on the river, used both by subsistence and commercial fishermen. They consist of 2 large baskets that are rotated by the river current, scooping up fish swimming in the area. Preparing salmon to be eaten or stored for the winter months is an art that Alaskans learn at an early age. Many native families go to fish camp outside their villages and stay all summer, catching and putting up fish that will feed their family and dog team all year long. At this riverside stop, visitors see how Athabasca natives would prepare salmon for drying or smoking in the traditional manner. Midway in the trip, the Discovery stops at the old Chena Indian Village. This village site has been carefully built to offer a glimpse of village life in Alaska. A 1-hour tour through the camp opens a window to the native way of life, with unique insight into how the people of this land lived and survived before and after contact with Western culture. Alaska Native guides explain the traditional lifestyle and how the Athabascan Indians lived off the land for tens of thousands of years without any contact with the outside world. Many Athabascans of the interior still live off the land. Caribou provide food, and clothing and hide sewn by the skilled hands of an elder become works of art. Despite a lack of modern tools and materials, Alaska's native people were amazingly adept at building boats, designing shelters, processing food, everything necessary to sustain a rich life and culture. Though crude at first inspection, cabins like this provided a warm and cozy shelter for miners, trappers, and explorers. And no village was complete without an elevated food cache. Having a storage shed on stilts is one of the only ways to protect precious food supplies from hungry animals. The visit to Chena Indian Village and the voyage along the Chena and Tanana rivers are unforgettable ways to unlock the secrets of Alaska's past. These rivers played a major role in another fascinating era of Alaskan history, the days of gold fever. And sternwheelers like the Discovery delivered many a prospector into the heart of gold country. At the Gold Ridge 8, just north of Fairbanks, visitors walk away with an appreciation for the richness of the land and will likely return with a bit of gold themselves. The 2-hour tour of Goldredge 8 starts with a peek into Alaska's liquid gold industry, oil. A visit to the Alyeska pipeline gives visitors insight into the lifeblood of the state. The 800-mile pipeline, built in a zigzag to accommodate Alaska's frequent seismic activity and thermal expansion-contraction, runs both above and below ground. Visitors see the pipeline emerge from underground and can actually stand under it for an impressive photo op. From here, they board a replica of the Tanana Valley Railroad, a narrow-gauge train that brought men and supplies from the riverboats in Fairbanks to the goldfields of Fox in the 1920s. Along the way, a number of historic displays illustrate the different phases of Alaskan gold mining, from the first strikes to mom-and-pop operations, all the way to the industrial dredges that could produce 4,000 ounces of gold in just 2 weeks' time. When the train arrives at Goldredge 8, a National Historic Site, it comes alive, with operators showing guests how the dredge worked in the old days. Visitors get a chance to walk on board the dredge, see tools used in gold mining operations, and learn how to sift through their own poke sack of dirt for a chance to strike it rich. Gold fever was a real phenomenon in Alaska's history, and it still brings people to Alaska. Every visitor to Goldredge 8 gets a chance to work a gold pan in a comfortable setting, and everyone, it seems, leaves a little richer for the experience. The assay office is the last stop, where lucky prospectors weigh their gold and compare it to today's international gold price. On their best day ever, a lucky gentleman from Iowa panned $328 worth of gold. Not bad for a few minutes' work. The gold can be framed, put in a charm, bracelet, or locket for a memorable keepsake and a great Alaskan tale of adventure. And so ends another day of discovery in Fairbanks with the Binkley family. A place where you mine memories that will last a lifetime, and where adventure awaits around every bend in the river. The Riverboat Discovery and Goldredge 8 are part of today's Alaska. But for the visitor, these attractions keep history alive and commemorate the way of life that make this last frontier so unique. From our family to yours, thanks for visiting Alaska. We hope you've enjoyed the charming history of this land and the rich flavor of our home.